It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The tip won by the Detroit Pistons. Jackson to Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. Good start. He's made his first shot.
A man down low on the block. Drummond is going to feast in and around the basket. His field goal attempts are limited, so don't expect him to be featured. But you better have a body on him at all times and limit second chance opportunities. Let me tell you why. He collects 26.2% of all misses. That puts him in elite conversation. Him and DeAndre Jordan are the first players ever to eclipse the 26% mark. And the only player to ever do that before in the NBA was Dennis Rodman.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons to Embiid. Swings it from long range. Not that time. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Jackson down to Griffin. Able to convert inside. Jay, it wasn't long ago Blake Griffin was among the most unstoppable players in the NBA.
No one's ever questioned Blake Griffin's skill set or his athletic ability. The only question is his durability. He's had 10+ injuries since the 2014 season.
From the painted area, won't go down. Jackson with it. Leads a bucket. To Drummond. Deep right corner. Has a look. Deep two there. Won't go.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Off the assist.
Old school equals high percentage.
Pistons have it.
That's me. I got ball.
Jackson to Stanley Johnson. And this will be out of bounds off of Embiid. Jackson calls out of bounds. Last touch by J.J. Redick. Pistons retain possession. Jackson. 5 to shoot. Fires the three. Tough shot there for Stanley Johnson. No good. Here's Simmons with it up top. Looking to make something happen. To Covington. Short jumper won't fall. Pistons ball here. Jackson. To Stanley Johnson. Griffin. To Reggie Jackson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Covington. They go down low to Simmons. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This guy has posted 12 triple-doubles in his first full rookie year. That's his second most by any rookie in NBA history while leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But how about this? When's the last time we said the most effective player, maybe in the league, has a glaring weakness? He was 0 of 11 from the three-point line for the entire year, did not make one three-point shot. And how about free throws? He shot 56% from the free throw line. You know who shot better? Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan. But with all that being said, this young man still finds himself in a position to be one of the most dominant players in NBA history.
Joel Embiid, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
Ish Smith to Griffin. Here comes the screen. Johnson to Griffin. From the outside, no good.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
To Embiid. Inside, he scores.
Now that the process has been established, it's going to be fun to see how much better Joel Embiid can be this season. Everybody heard about his arduous offseason workout program, but the thing I love about him the most, he always works on his game, even if he's dunking on random fans on vacation.
Smith with the basketball. Their score 12-8. To Embiid. Shot from the lane won't go. Oh, it's rejected by Griffin. And this will be out of bounds off of Embiid. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Ish Smith to Griffin. Now a steal by Philly. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First try, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, and he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number one, a hezzy. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number two, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came.
1 quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Embiid. Joel Embiid. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Joel Embiid looking to take his game to a completely different level after working out with one of the best trainers in the league this offseason. An all-star for the first time last year, averaging 23 points. Safe to say, no longer trust the process. Joel Embiid is the process.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Markelle Fultz. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question marks with Toronto. Kawhi Leonard, does he really want... Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Embiid. Had a good look there, but it's no good. is Smith. Off the assist.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Fultz into the front court. Up by 3. To Embiid. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Joel Embiid at the line. And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Jackson with it. Down 5. To Drummond. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Sixers control it. Covington to Embiid. Scores from the post. Jackson with it. Right now, down 7. Here comes the screen. Jackson. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. To Jackson. Bullock can't connect. Fultz with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. McConnell to Embiid. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Screen coming. Reset here. Let's see what they do. And scores.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Fultz to Covington. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. It's Detroit's ball. Jackson. For 3. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
Embiid to Fultz. Couldn't keep it in. Out of bounds off T.J. McConnell. The possession in favor of Detroit. Reggie Jackson, not that time. Into the front court comes Simmons. Up 6 to Embiid. Simmons to Embiid. Gets a look.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Fultz into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. To Simmons. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Drummond. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Simmons with it. Up by 6. Trying to cash in. Oh, Ben Simmons. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
4-3. And drains it.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. First half in the books. The 76ers have the lead.
The 76ers worked hard for their halftime lead. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They don't have a single player that can claim double figures in scoring. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Philadelphia 76ers are ahead at the half, and a big reason has been their excellent rebounding. When you control the boards, you can control the game.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
And count the basket.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Simmons brings the ball up court to Redick. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Nothing going here on that drive. Johnson. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Ish Smith. Here comes the screen. To Griffin. Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Blake Griffin at the line. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
It's Ben Simmons controlling the offense. To Redick. Here comes the screen. Takes stock of the floor. Redick to Simmons. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Johnson to Griffin. The big fella, Andre Drummond. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
The passing has been great, but the movement without the ball has been even better. Seeing a play before it happens is a skill set a lot of people don't talk about. But a great pass combined with great movement, good luck with that.
Can't connect from in close.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Covington. They go down low to Simmons. To Redick. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Ish Smith. Beyond the arc for 3. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
New blood coming in for both sides. Simmons to Redick. Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Redick. Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
To Griffin. Jackson, down low for Griffin. Not that time. Simmons with it. Leads just a point. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. 56% for his career. The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. To Griffin. Off the mark. What on earth was he thinking?
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, Nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
To Drummond. Ish Smith. Griffin. It's good. Not necessarily his comfort zone. They dared him. He scores.
Every time I hear Blake's name, I think about what could have been. Yeah, Blake, I miss Lob City too.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Markelle Fultz. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. To Fultz. Lets it fly from long range. Markelle Fultz forcing that one there. Well defended. Markelle Fultz swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Sixers have the basketball. To Embiid. Fultz. Terrific vision. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. It's the Sixers out in front. Pistons basketball here to start the 4th quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
And draws contact. So, it's Griffin going to the line for 2.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both, and you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Blake Griffin at the line. First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Ben Simmons with the rock. To McConnell. Probing the defense. To Simmons. Has a chance. The shot no good by Simmons. Johnson to Reggie Jackson. Down to Griffin. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
McConnell.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Ish Smith down low for Griffin. Shot from the lane won't go. McConnell to Simmons. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound taken by Griffin. Jackson with it. His guys down 3. Ben Simmons. Huge block. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
First free throw is good. Two for two on that trip. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Here comes the screen. Oh, denied.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Jackson with it. His guys now down by a point. To Griffin. Great feed. Sets it up. Jackson. Reggie Jackson. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Way to hit.
Jackson with it. All even here in the fourth. Griffin to Jackson. Down to Griffin. That's no good. Oh, a nice step through to get to the basket.
It was gorgeous. I love the way he shows you the ball, then cradles it and lays the ball in as smooth as butter.
Pistons have it. Jackson to Luke Kennard. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Kennard to Griffin. And finishes strong.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Short jumper won't go down. Jackson with it. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. To Stanley Johnson. Here's a chance from long range. Off the mark. No good. McConnell to Redick. Nothing going here on that drive. J.J. Redick. 2-4 now. Now the Pistons going to use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
Inside, he scores.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Probing the defense. Markelle Fultz. 5 seconds to shoot. Has a look. Not that time.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Kennard to Reggie Jackson. And the two for Blake Griffin. Jay, simply put, have we seen Blake Griffin's ceiling?
I think there's a chance that Blake Griffin could potentially be better, but it will be way more difficult when you don't have an elite point guard who can pass the ball and put it for you on a platter each and every possession.
Fultz. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Dario Saric has really become a big part of the rebuild in Philly, and he's had improved shooting from his first year to his second year because he understands where his shots come from. He's assisted on 99% of his mix. That shows you something.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Sixers control it. Oh, Ben Simmons. With that, he's 5 for 9.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Griffin. It's Covington with the rebound. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
And now they'll wrap him up with the intentional foul. That'll be free throws with 16 seconds left.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit. They'll need a quick shot, and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. He's looking for that touch. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
And he makes them both. Desperation shot here from half court. The Sixers are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA.
The 76ers edged out a close victory in today's game. The statistic that seemed to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons must be devastated after such a close loss. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid could not have been better defensively. The way he blocked shots and stole the ball today is what makes for an all-NBA defensive first-team player.
Who was cold?
Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.